have Mayor Henry with me. Hi, welcome to Goldie's show. My name is Golnaz and I am going to interview Goldie and take you through her journey of life and what all she's done. So welcome to Goldie's show. Hello Goldie. The tables have turned today, haven't they? Today I'm going to interview you and you're going to take us through the journey of your life. Could you please tell us something about yourself? Well, to be honest, I was born in India, but then I had to change my citizenship due to my parents. They are Iranian. And then I went to Iran also. But I studied and graduated from India, Bombay, and learned a lot of languages. I do speak 6 languages also, and got the opportunity to come to United States, which was always my dream. And I came here, and it's a beautiful country. I love it. Could you please tell us about the 3 different countries that you've been to? And what are the different cultures that you've gone through? And is there anything that you can reflect on us today and tell us what was your impression when you came to the United States? Yes, well, growing up in India was beautiful, and of course went to a convent school and all, but having a dream to come to the United States was not easy. And when I got that opportunity to come here was the biggest thing that I felt I accomplished in my life, But I had to travel to Iran. I went to Iran also and saw my, mom where she was, my dad. They were from Iran, Yazd. And I really liked the country. It was beautiful. But then coming to the United States, it changed the whole perspective of life. There were 3 different countries that I have been through. Each one has its own culture, own mentality, own, kind of dressing and things like that. But I learned a lot from 3 different countries. In India, there is multicultural. There's so many languages. There are different kinds of people. There's Hindu, Muslim, Gujaratis. There is Sikh. There is different states, different dialects, over 100 dialects. In Iran, it is more conservative now. But during Shah, it was very open, very free. And, the women could dress beautifully. Now they're all covered because, change of things happening over there. But in Iran also, there's 2 types of languages, which is the Farsi, and then it's a Dari, which is a Zoroastrian language. And then in America, of course, there's English and other languages too. There's Spanish, there is Portuguese, there's Italian, America's also multicultural also. But there's difference in each style and how they dress, what they do, how they talk. The mentality also is totally different. And when I first came to America, yes, it was a bit of culture shock for me. But I adapted to it, because you have to adapt to where you are and respect the country and what they are for. I know you speak 6 languages, so could you please tell us something in those 6 different languages, how to say how are you? Sure. I speak 6 languages. I speak Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati, Farsi, Dari, and English, of course. English is because I was in a convent school, so I studied from them, and I'm very thankful to being in a convent school because there I learned a lot, respect, and everything that they could teach me. And in Hindi, how are you is aap kaise ho? Marathi is tumi kasa hai? Gujarati is tami kem cho? Farsi is hal shomochetore, and in Dari is to shomochetore. Means how are you in English. And I know a little bit of Spanish. Poquito español is o como estás. Can you please tell us something about your family, your parents, your brothers, any sisters? I have 5 brothers, and I'm the youngest. I'm the only daughter in the family. And of course, having 5 men around, you can just imagine. I learned each personality differently because 5 brothers, they all have their own personality. And unfortunately, I lost 2 of them, so I'm down to 3 now. And they love me to that. Every Sunday, my oldest brother always calls and finds out how am I doing. My 4th brother calls and says, how am I doing? My 5th brother, I have numbers for them. And he calls and he's doing fine. Then my 2 boys, they are studying to become an ER doctor. And I always tease them, say, make sure you take care of me now. but they are A students and I'm very proud of them. My parents, both my mother and father, they are the best parents I could ever have. Both were uneducated. Both of them never spoke English, but they made sure every children of them got well educated. All of us went convent school. All of us graduated. My oldest brother is an engineer. My fourth brother is an engineer. My fifth brother works for the government. My second brother had his own business. My third brother was in Iran. Unfortunately, he could not come here. I tried, but we could not get him here. And of course, I've got my bachelor's in psychology, sociology, and English. I have my certificate degree in cosmetology. I have a certificate in travel and tourism, receptionist, come telephone operating. So I was always keeping myself busy doing something. I know you had a big trauma in your life when you were young and you were kidnapped. Could you please reflect some light on that journey? Yes, when I was a little girl at the age of 4, I was kidnapped and I was kept for 2 days under the tunnel and the train. Every time the train comes, I don't like it. I hate the tunnel with passion. And it took them 2 days to realize that I need to be gone. And I was kidnapped. All my 5 brothers looked for me. My mother prayed. She actually went to one place in India. It's called the Mahim. And they have a Navina there. And she prayed for my, to come back. And after 2 days, this gentleman, I don't know why I call these people gentlemen, but this guy left me at a red lamppost. I will never forget, like in London, they have those red lampposts. And India, Bombay was ruled by British law for a long time. So there was a red lamppost and where people used to put their mails in there. He dropped me off there after 2 days. And I was 4 years at that age. I will never forget, as soon as his hands went off me, I took off. I did not look back. I didn't care what happened, what took place. I just took off. I fell a couple times. My knees got bruised, bloody. I didn't care. I went and I knocked on my door. And as soon as my brother opened the door, he was like, his jaw dropped. And I know that was the only memory I have, because they rushed me to the hospital to make sure everything was okay. But I had 2 men that kept me there. And the rest is for your imagination to know what happened to me. So anytime someone gets kidnapped, my heart drops. And the memory comes rushing back to me. I can relate to everything from being abused, being raped, from being kidnapped. I can speak on those subjects. And it's very painful to me sometimes, but I don't let that bother me. It is a thing that, people say that you can forget. You can't. You can move on, putting everything aside, but you can never forget, because you will always have that buried in your heart, no matter what. Because every time, like I said, someone gets raped or someone gets kidnapped or someone gets beaten up, my heart sinks. And it's just like, oh my gosh, it's like my whole life story comes back to life. Sad. Sad to hear that. I started hating men for a long time. I'm going to be honest with you. But then I said, just because someone did bad to me doesn't mean everybody's bad. And then looking back, I turned that into a positive and started feeling good about myself all over again and feeling that I am somebody. Did you struggle to come here, and why? Was it hard to get your citizenship? And could you take us through the journey of how you got your citizenship? The challenges that I had was I had to prove that, I had my brothers here and I wanted to come here for good reasons and good intentions. Holding an Iranian passport at that time was not easy because, American hostage situation was there and everything. And I did, it took me a really tough time to get here. When I got here, it was not bad, but then I wanted to become a citizen. And that's when, you go and apply for the paperwork and they call you for interview, fingerprinting. They want to know if you know how to read and write English, etc., which I went through the whole process. I got approved, everything so that I could become a citizen, which was a great, great pride that I had, and I was very happy. It's a kind of an honor, So when after a couple, weeks, a month or so, they sent me a letter saying, "Oh, your fingerprint has expired." I said, "Wait a minute here. Over here in the paper says once you're interviewed, once your fingerprint, once you're done this, all these things you're done, we cannot re-interview you or anything. But how come my fingerprint has expired? It's a joke, right?" And I started laughing and I said, we're going to look into this. And then finally, a couple phone calls were made. And then they said, "Oh, never mind, we found it."
Really?
So in my mind, I think it's because of my passport. Having an Iranian passport at that time, like I said, it was not a good thing. And I tried to get a dual citizenship, but they refused to give it to me. And that's fine. I have no problem with that. But this thing about, fingerprint expiring, it's a joke, right? Everybody knows out there. They must be laughing now. But this is what I went through, and it was a journey. But I'm proud. I'm an American citizen now. I'm very happy. It's not easy coming to United States. Everybody wants to come here. And when they come here, they realize, it's America is like a mirage. Everybody has that idea, oh, America, America, America. But when you come, reality strikes you. And you come to the reality that everything is not given to you. You have to work for everything you have.
I know you've worked in different industries, from food, fast food, to hotel and retail. Can you reflect on all the three different areas, and what is your perspective on customers in three different areas?
Three industries have three different kinds of customers, three different kinds of mentality, and each one you have to adapt to. Fast food, the mentality is, I want it now, I want it right away. Speed, speed, speed. Hotel industry is more relaxed, but still is customer service. They want things done the right way, because if they're paying for something, they want to stay away from home. They still want to feel like they're at home. And retail is different. It's like you have to help sometimes the customer to make the decision of what they are buying. Good or bad, it comes back to you. Sometimes it reflects on you also, because if you don't give the right decision to the customer and be honest about things, then they might oh my gosh, why didn't you tell me? Instead of going home and coming back and returning it. So each industry has its own concept of customers. And sometimes it's challenging, but you have to go over that and, consider yourself that, okay, I did something, and feel good about what you've done.
You have won a lot of awards, especially the one that your name was in the business newspaper section. Could you please tell us about that?
Well, I was at Burger King, and there was a competition where they would see who's got the fastest speed in the industry, and I got the silver award, and I got the opportunity to go to Miami. I was the only store in my company, Bennett Management, which I won the award, only store in Fort Wayne to win the fastest speed. My name was in the newspaper, also in the business section. I've got a lot of awards from Arby's also for having zero turnover, highest gross profit margin. And in the Kohl's also I get awards too. I mean, it's the mindset that I have. I have worked for everything that I have got award for, and dedication is very important. Give it 100% or don't do it at all. Everything needs dedication, work, time, and have that passion to do what you're doing.
How did you come about doing this show? What motivated you? Who inspired you, and why?
The influence was actually the TV, the reporters. I used to watch news a lot, and watching Barbara Walters, 2020, 60 Minutes, and they really influenced me a lot.
I've heard that you had certain setback in your life, and you had certain disappointment.
I went to different TV stations, and I even told them I'd work for free. I'll sign any paperwork you want, because I had that passion. I wanted to do something. I love TV. I love reporting. Not only that, like I said, 60 Minutes, 2020, Barbara Walters, all those, I wanted to do, and everybody turned me down. And every time they turned me down, I became more determined that I will one day produce my own show. I will be the host of my own show, and I'll get it done. And then I started putting things together, the ideas, the passion, and I went and talked to a lady. Her name is Hira Sonani. And I told her what my dream was, what my passion was. I talked to Andaz, and we were going back and forth, back and forth. And finally, the whole idea came together. But I needed a sponsor, and she came through for me because she believed in me. She saw that burning passion in my eyes. And finally, she did come through for me and sponsored me. But then I had to buy the equipments and everything. So I worked hard and collected every penny and saved it. Bought my own camera, my own lights, and I did everything possible. And thanks to Rob, who is my photographer and my editor, and finally I got the Goldie show out. And I'm so happy.
How far would you like to go in life with this show?
The future plan for this show is I'm looking forward to further my career as a talk show host. Not only that, I'm bringing out the story of common citizens who've been through so much in their life, what impact they have made on society, on people, and their ideas, their views. Never give up. I can give you an example. Stephen Manning, he's the biggest, greatest example that you can ever have. He's been through so much, from being homeless and having so many problems, but look at him today. Then look at Dr. Fauzia. She's a woman and she's been through so much and she's accomplished so much. Myself, I've been through so much that if I could tell my story, it won't fit in one episode. Like, sometimes I want to write my book, my own biography of my story, and I want to say that if the mountains could cry, that much story of mine is there. And I really one day want to walk the red carpet and get the opportunity of being in one of those shows, The View or the talk show. Why not?
Why do you want to walk the red carpet? What is it that you want to do to walk that red carpet, and why?
When I say I want to walk the red carpet, I want to be one of those hosts or one of those talk show hosts which gets the award for the honesty, the story that I bring out, the passion I have in there. I want to be recognized for my hard work, for what I'm doing for our society. There's so much of, war and this and that. My show is totally different. It's not about that. It's about common people. That's why the theme of my show is everyday people are worth more than gold. I have approached the library downtown, and they are going to air my show through the public access also. And then I have it on YouTube also, and hopes whoever's watching out there will give me that chance. I just need that one break, like everybody says, that one break, and I guarantee you it will be a success, because I know myself, because when I do something, I do it 100% or I won't do it at all.
I know you're looking forward to doing so much in life, but what is the motivation behind it? What makes you do what you're doing?
To be honest, my life actually has been a lot of ups and downs in here. I came to the United States and I was very happy. But when September 11th, the first time when the Twin Towers were hit, a gentleman walked in. I still call him a gentleman, which I shouldn't, but I do. He walked in and threw a hot coffee on my face. And at that time I was working at Burger King. He said I was a cause of it. And I knew nothing about it. And this news spread like wildfire. Corinne Rose from News Channel 21 interviewed me. Children from New Haven High School, they wanted me to go and speak to them. They wrote letters, flowers, everything was sent to me. So I've been through a lot of pain and agony. A lot of people have called me dumb foreigner. A lot of people have said that I need to speak good English. Those all negative things that have happened to me has made me a stronger person. And in that strength, I thought to myself, why not bring out the good in our society instead of bringing all these negative things out of society? All these things happening to me made me a better person. And that's why the idea came about that I am going to do something different. And that was a burning passion, is to bring out the good in society.
And how painful was it And how did you turn that into a positive?
To be honest, when he threw the coffee, at that moment in time, I was frozen in time. I couldn't even say anything, or I couldn't believe that, really? This is what it is? And then when the reality actually hit me, luckily that day my hair was covering my ears, so the coffee rolled down here. I didn't have much burn, thank God. But it did emotionally scar me, but I wasn't bitter. And then when the kids wrote letters to me and told me not to worry about anything, in fact, one young girl gave me her grandmother's guardian angel, and she says, keep this, it will always take care of you. That made me feel good. And when I went to the school to speak to them, the first question they asked me was, do you hate America? That was the first question. And I said, no. No, I don't.
With all these negative things happening in your life, you still turned out to do something positive in your life.
Yes. I took the thing that he did to me and turned it totally into a positive. And I always tell others also, if something bad is happening to you, don't turn out to do bad also. Take the bad things and turn it into good things and move forward.
Who actually inspires you to do what you do?
First of all, to be honest, my parents. They're, of course, dead, unfortunately. They passed away a couple years ago. But my mother was the greatest motivation, and my dad, because from what she did not know, English or nothing, she used to attend my school, parent-teacher conference, everything, no English, but she always made that goal in her life that I will attend my kids' school, I will take care of my kids and make sure they have the education. With seeing what she did motivates me. But then coming here, a lot of people have motivated, especially through my interview. I mean, all these people that I've interviewed have motivated me, influenced me, made me feel that, if they didn't give up, why should I give up? And everyday people that I come across, I talk to, they give me some kind of, questions, answers, inspirations that I can go forward. I can do it, and I will do it. There is no doubt in my mind.
I know you have interviewed many guests on your show, and you have a lot of shows that you have produced. Do you have any favorite shows that you can tell us about, and which one you like the best?
My favorite guests, a couple of them are there. Dr. Fauzia is there, John Gillespie is there. Stevie Manning was the most fascinating story for me because of what he's been through, from homeless, and now look at him. Oh my gosh, he's got a company. He is going all over the world. He's accomplished so much. John Gillespie is the funniest of all. I love him to death. And Dr. Fauzia, of course, being a woman and so powerful, she's accomplished a lot also. Then I've got interracial marriages. There are a lot of other episodes that I like.
I know you have done a lot of interviews, but especially the one that you did on Sexual Assault Treatment Center. What is your connection with that, and why you're so passionate about it?
The reason I did the interview is to get the message out to everybody, men, women, children, anybody, so that they would understand that sexual assault is not easy, not for the person that has been assaulted, and sometimes it's not easy for the family that have to go through it. And it's so close to my heart also as to what has happened to me, from kidnapping and things like that. That's why I felt that was so important for me to get the message out in the society so they would come forward and at least get some kind of treatment and speak up. Because if we don't speak up, there will be advantage taken over and over and over again, and there won't be anybody to stop the person who is sexually assaulting others. Like I said, doesn't matter, boys, men, women, children. They need to know what it is and speak up. And if someone is getting assaulted, they need to come forward and let the people know. The police, I don't care who, let them know. That's why it is so close to my heart.
What is your journey 5 years from now? How do you look at yourself, where you're going to be, and why?
I would like to actually, do a lot of interviews. I know I cannot be Barbara Walters. I know I cannot be others, but I can be me. And not only that, bring stories that are more positive. There's so much negativity going on that I think people are getting tired of it. Bring the real story out, not put, something together and put it out there. And I really would like to get that chance and have my own television show and do good things for other people also. Encourage women all over the world. Don't give up. You can do it. Just don't give up. Keep going. One barrier comes, move on. Second barrier comes, move on. Just keep on going and going till you achieve your goal, your dream, and accomplish it. Do you have any kind of word of wisdom or advice to women watching the show? I can tell the women out there, no matter what language you speak, who you are, from when you're young as a girl, little girl, till you grow up. Age is just a factor. Just keep on completing your dreams. Keep on moving forward. Ask for help. Don't be ashamed. If you don't know something, ask. Without asking, you won't get help. And then keep on going till you reach your goal. And once you reach your goal, pass on that thing to other women. And men also can do it. It's not only for women. Men can do it too. Men have goals, men have dreams, and they can also accomplish, but never give up. Keep on going. And please do not let any negative things come across you and stop you, no matter what it is. Any message for people watching you? Thank you so much for watching this show, and thank you for having me here. I know I've been asking so many questions to my other guests, but today I've been put on the spot, and I hopefully gave the message out to all my audience out there. Thank you so much. Khuda Hafiz. It was a great honor to interview Goldie. And it was a great pleasure to sit here in your shoes and do what you do to other of your guests, to talk to you and find out who Goldie is and what all she has achieved in producing this film and what she had to go through to get where she is today. Thank you so much to give me that opportunity to sit in your seat and interview you today. Thank you so much. Remember, audience, like Goldie would say, everyday people are worth more than gold. Khuda Hafiz.